When it comes to the most ferocious and dangerous animals, most involuntarily think of bears, lions, sharks, crocodiles, and other large representatives of wildlife. But few people know that real ferocity does not depend on size or teeth or sharp claws. And very soon you will see this. After all, the hero of today's episode, despite his modest height and weight, is always ready for desperate battles with any opponent. He doesn't care that the target is 5 times larger. He's not afraid of wolves or bears. You're on the Animal Instinct channel, and today we'll talk about the fearless relatives of the honey badger Wolverine. Damn bear, demon of the north, glutton skunk bear, as they call our today's hero. Wolverine has a rather awkward shape and looks like a cross between a dog, a badger, and a bear. Is like a smaller copy of a bear, only with a long tail. Some northern peoples even had a belief that once every few years a brown bear's cubs did not grow to the required size, remained small, and left their mother, wandering alone. The wolverine is not distinguished by its grace and slenderness, and can only move with small leaps on its sides, is clubbed and stooped. Its movements look clumsy and sloppy, and it seems that the animal cannot cause much harm to anyone. In addition, Wolverine has a rather cute face, but as you and I all know, appearances are deceiving, and the Wolverine has almost limitless capabilities, and at the same time keeps the entire North in fear. By the standards of northern warriors, this is a very small animal, only 3.5 feet in length and weighing up to 45 pounds. But what Wolverine definitely doesn't need is courage. She can easily fight for food with much larger and more dangerous predators and often gets her way. But first things first. Wolverine looks like a badger that just left the gym. A strong, powerful, stocky body, well-developed muscles. The paws are very powerful, dense, and disproportionately large. But this is one of the main advantages. In winter, such snowshoes prevent you from falling into the snow and help you catch large and heavy prey. Plus, the paws have sharp, long, and curved claws, almost like the hero of the same name. They turn the Wolverine's paws into a multifunctional tool that allows them to dig, climb any trees, and even climb down from them upside down. The relationship with the Mustelidae did her good, because the Wolverine acquired waterproof fur and can swim well. And although she does not run very fast, only up to 28 miles per hour, she is very resilient and can pursue prey for a long time. And in deep snow, it has no equal. The demon's main weapon is sharp and powerful teeth, with which the beast bites into its prey and does not let go. The Wolverine's jaws are so powerful that they can crush any bones. But why is this not the king of the north? And the animal's habits are also royal because each animal takes for itself a section of Canada, Alaska, or the Siberian Taiga with an area of up to 2,000 square kilometers and protects it from strangers. In the territory of one male, there may be several females with his cubs, but only small ones. As soon as the puppies turn 2 years old, they must leave the territory, otherwise they may become lunch for a hungry dad. To control such open spaces, Wolverines had to become homeless and abandon traditional holes and dens. Every day they walk an average of 13 miles of their property, and their main goal is to find food. And her appetite is always excellent, and every day the Wolverine has to eat up to half of its body weight. It's good that it eats absolutely everything: meat, fish, insects, mushrooms, berries, nuts, and much more. For food, she will happily climb a tree and dive into water. She also loves to feast on carrion, which she often finds first thanks to her excellent sense of smell. No wolves or bears stood even close to the Wolverine here. So now you know who the real forest orderly is. But when winter comes, half of the food disappears and you have to be content with what you have. But then Wolverine activates his superpower of walking on snow and gets himself any prey. At the same time, a 45-pound animal can easily attack, for example, a deer 5 times its size. Moose can also become its prey, which the animal drives through deep snow and then attacks. It doesn't matter how fast you run, you won't escape the Wolverine. Therefore, it is advantageous for her to live in very contiguous areas where she can easily escape danger and catch up with prey. But oddly enough, the animal does not like severe frosts, despite its truly royal winter coat. If there is no good prey, then you can easily recapture it from the wolves. The Wolverine's grin alone is worth it. But if the wolves are young and do not understand who approached them, the wolverine releases a stream of incredibly smelly secretion and the predator retreats. Well, the relationship with the skunk makes itself felt. It should be noted that the wolverine has excellent abilities to find food under the snow. She is able to smell meat even under a 3-foot layer of snow and quickly dig it up with the help of her huge paws. Having received a well-deserved prey, the wolverine eats as much as it wants. No wonder they call her a glutton. The jaws, like meat grinders, grind the thickest bones, but even she cannot eat a large deer whole. Then the cunning beast turns on its maniac mode and begins to chop the carcass into small and not-so-small pieces. Then he diligently hides everything in secret places so that he can visit there on cold winter evenings. Wolverine leads a secretive lifestyle and is one of the least studied predators in the world. And it's very hard to even see, let alone film it. And she lives in places where you don't want to take your hands out of your pockets again. Therefore, you understand there is not much material with it, and the quality will be appropriate. Let's now see what Wolverine is capable of in action. In the first video, dogs were unleashed on the wolverine, but something went wrong. The beast immediately took a fighting stance and cooled their ardor. One of the dogs still tried to bite the wolverine, but look how skillfully she thwarted the attack with one paw. The dogs realized that there was no chance for them here and hurried to return to their owners. But apparently, they are lowered a second time and the situation repeats itself. Wolverine is ready and does not allow the dogs to get closer. They probably didn't realize how lucky they were. Wolves are very dangerous predators. They are fast, smart, and much larger than wolverines. In the video, the wolverine noticed a wolf with food and, of course, fought with him. This will be a tough fight, and both animals will use their sharp teeth and claws. But Wolverine skillfully grabbed the wolf by the neck and does not allow him to escape. She bites the wolf in the face, which is very unpleasant because the wolf is trying to escape and is already thinking about how to run away. And this despite the fact that it is twice as large. Wolverine has achieved his goal and now eats someone else's prey. The beast is so arrogant that it can take food even from a pack of wolves. Of course, the wolves do not intend to just give up and attack Wolverine. But the beast gives such a tough rebuff that the wolves have no choice but to abandon their prey. And another video in which wolves killed a deer and everything was fine until a wolverine appeared. She couldn't miss such a carcass. Wolverine, with a leisurely, club-footed gait, approaches his prey, and then rushes at the wolf with lightning speed. The wolves were so dumbfounded that they didn't even try to do anything. The demon of the north chased them like ordinary kittens, and if she was the first to find the prey, she will not give it to anyone. Here's too, she was lucky enough to be the first to get to the carcass, but as usually happens, the gray wolf soon came, who also wanted his share. But the wolverine desperately defends itself and does not allow the stranger to get close to its prey. One can only envy her courage, but in the north you need to constantly maintain your authority and not let the wolves go down, even if they are without prey. Here too, the wolverine could not pass by two wolves who were doing something on its territory. A short fight with one wolf, and then the second one came to his aid. But the wolverine does not give in at all in such a situation, and repels the attacks of the predator, attacking at the same time. Soon the wolves realized that it was better to retreat and went away from this lawless man. For this animal, a lone wolf is no problem. Look how he runs away from Wolverine, so much so that only his heels sparkle, and the gray one doesn't even think about stopping. After this, it becomes clear that smaller animals, like coyotes, do not pose any danger to the wolverine. You can calmly drive them away and take the loot for yourself, which is exactly what Wolverine did. And the fox also knows what kind of animal it is, so they try not to come close to it even though there are many of them. And the wolverine is alone. Well, right. Suddenly she wants a fox collar for her fur coat. And even badgers also sometimes fall under the disfavor of this beast. The badger is not aggressive and usually prefers to hide in holes or stumps. This badger was lucky, because the wolverine beat him up quite a bit, probably realized that he was a relative, and it all turned out somehow awkward. And this is a cougar, a mountain lion, and she caught the prey. But Wolverine is right there. It will probably start now. But oddly enough, a few seconds were enough for the wolverine to take away the puma's prey and even drive it away. I didn't think that the cougar would give up so easily. Despite its small size, The wolverine is very strong and can even hunt adult deer. The beast simply grabs its prey by the neck and holds it. The deer tries with all his might to throw off the wolverine, and now he succeeds. But the hunter makes a second jump, and he is again on the neck. The deer manages to throw off the wolverine several more times, but she attacks again and again. In the end, the exhausted deer falls into the snow. In summer, it is more difficult to hunt, since there's no snow and it is harder for the wolverine to catch up with prey. But its caution and endurance allow it to achieve results. Today, this small fawn became her prey. But it's not enough to find prey. You also need to keep it, and sometimes other wolverines claim it. In this case, a fight cannot be avoided. Animals go to great lengths to get food, and often such fights end in injury. But today, the owner managed to defend the prey, and he returns to continue the meal. Wolverine is not even afraid of bears, despite the fact that they are several times heavier. And here she drove the brown bear up a tree and climbed up herself. Soon the bear followed, only the wolverine did not calm down and went on the attack again. Misha even stands on his hind legs to make himself appear bigger, but this is not at all scary. Wolverine even tries to attack his opponent, and soon she gets her way. The bear retreats into the forest, but she knows how to quickly assess her strengths, and here the advantage is clearly not in her favor. Although a pork carcass is a tasty morsel, 2 huge bears can easily turn a wolverine into a chop. Therefore, it is better to keep your distance. And this is footage of Wolverine's secret training in which she learns to deal with her enemies. And even if it's just a big cabbage, this is how skills are developed. Well, friends, how do you like the northern relative of the honey badger? I think he fits in perfectly with his Mustelidae family. Write in the comments what you think about it. Then do not be lazy to rate the video, write comments about whom to tell next time, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to turn on alerts. And I'm saying goodbye to you for a while, for now.